The head coach of the visiting team is Fred Hoiberg. And now, the starting lineup for your Los Angeles Clippers. Starting at shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 20, Ray Allen. The man in the middle, 6'11", from Texas A&M, number 6, DeAndre Jordan. And at forward, 6'10", from Oklahoma, number 32, Blake Griffin. At guard, 6 foot from Wake Forest, number 3, Chris Paul. At the small forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 2, Clarice Alvaro. Doc Rivers is the head coach for your home team.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will try to protect home court. And going against Chicago, they're... And the ball... It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Butler teamed with Dunleavy on the perimeter. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And they get the first bucket.
And they'll hope that sets the tone at the offensive end going forward. It doesn't always work out that way, but better to start fast than not.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but it just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Here's Paul, following the score by Derrick Rose. And then Griffin with the dunk.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Here's Noah after the basket by Los Angeles. Rose can't hit.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Here's Navarro. It's rebounded by Noah. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Top of the key, Butler. And they double up Butler. Kicks it to Dunleavy. Tipped away. Butler dishes to Rhodes. 6 on the shot clock. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Tries it from 19. It's Butler that time on the assist by Gasol. Butler's got his first basket of the night. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against Dallas. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And he gets it to go.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Rose goes in. Here's Gasol. And he gets it to go.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Here's Navarro. Now here's Paul. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Passes to Navarro. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. The Bulls third.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
Gasol, no good. Well, last year, DeAndre Jordan turned in another great defensive performance. In fact, first team all-defense announced in the NBA after last season. Anchored his team as he always seems to do.
And Jordan was a force in the middle, over 2 blocks a game again, and changed countless others with his effort.
Shots good by Butler. The Clippers trail. Paul with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Here's Navarro. Drills the baseline jumper. Jay's got 6.
That was a beautiful fadeaway. Knocked it down with the defender right in his grill.
And Noah with the slam.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What did you find out, DB?
We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Clippers with the ball. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go, and the basket good.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And Ray Allen gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau and the Bulls front office. Surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Butler kicks to Rose. Rose double-teamed. Fades back. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Gasol's got his second basket of the night. Paul passes to Jordan. Picked by Griffin. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Paul Gasol.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Navarro, the pass to Allen. And the Clippers miss again.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
Clippers trail by 5. Paul outside. Allen outside, right wing. 13 feet away. Buries the jump shot. 8 points for Jay.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Gasol, a screen on Paul. Rose dishes to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 6 points for Pau Gasol.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
A nice shot by Jordan.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
And here's Rose. He has 7. Wide open look. The shot is off, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. From the wing, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And taking a look here at the numbers on Pau Gasol. Great showing for him last season. 4th in rebounding, 9th in blocks, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And he's so physical and explosive. I mean, you really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebound.
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Dunley. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. Here's Mirotic. 11 feet out, and he hits it. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. Former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Smith checked in for Griffin. Pierce comes in for Jay. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for the Bulls. Now here is Smith. Pierce. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Pierce has got his first points of the night. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Gibson the screen. Gasol against Jordan. And he gets it to go. 8 points for Pau Gasol. Clippers trail by 5. 1:24 left in the first quarter of the game. Right block shot again, the Clippers.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Now here's Brooks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Crawford right side. This one for 3. The rebound by Gibson. Jordan kicks to Pierce. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
43 seconds left to play in the first.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Chicago shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers. Outside, Pierce. From the stripe. That's short off the rim.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Mirotic with it. Now Pierce defending. Feeds to Heinrich. The tray. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Now Redick. Deep 2 from Crawford. And no good trying to get a free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Bulls lead by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And Austin Rivers making NBA history last season.
And I think it's because we've always had that.
Always an entertaining dynamic.